All right, hey everyone. Just wanted to show you what I call my everyday carry unexpected overnight urban survival kit. This kit is ideally for one night but can be stretched to 2 nights and is for anyone who is forced to spend the night somewhere far from home and is unprepared. So examples are people who have canceled flights who are forced to stay in a airport, people who maybe have to stay on couch somewhere, and then worst case scenario, if you're forced to stay somewhere in the wilderness, but ideally this kit is for an urban type setting. So this kit, I'll just say this now, is specific to me. I realize that a lot of people have different hygienic needs, different allergies, different medications they might need. So this is my kit, and feel free to use this template to kind of create your own kit. I'll put the links below as well as the individual prices for each unit. And the total price for this kit as well. So let's go ahead and let's weigh this and see how much it weighs. So we're looking at 6.7 ounces. So it's not too heavy. And the idea behind this too is that you can create multiple of these and keep them in your vehicle, keep them in carry-on bags, keep them in purses, in laptop cases. Basically, the more the merrier, and if you ever are somewhere where you need to spend the night, you have one of these ready to go. So let's get to the kit without delay. Pretty supplement heavy on this kit, as you'll probably notice from my other videos. First up, we have some caffeine, 200 milligrams, 2 tabs each. For those out there who are caffeine aficionados, this is the one I used. No medical advice here, just what I use, and obviously consult your doctor before you include any of these things, but caffeine tabs, very important for those who need it. These are a nootropic supplement from Whole Foods. It's basically a combination of different substances, vitamins, whatnot, to help you utilize your mental capacities as fully as possible. 2 tabs, 2 capsules here, and a serving is 1 capsule, so helps you get going in the morning if you're far from home. This one, Niacin, which is basically vitamin B3, 500 milligrams each. The reason I included this is my favorite sleep aid. So again, no medical advice, consult your doctor. This is what I use. But basically I'll take 2 capsules before bed. This will knock me out. I'll get a great night's sleep. And the benefit to this is that I do not feel groggy if I am woken up in the middle of the night for whatever reason. So as opposed to something like Benadryl or melatonin, this actually provides the perfect amount of sleep aid and then mental clarity if I am woken up. And then lastly, for the supplement here, some Saltstick electrolyte capsules. So here's the container. Just good to stay hydrated if you find yourself in a place where there's not much water, but that's basically self-explanatory. Next, I have 2 pieces of gum. Just, morale boost, breath freshener. If you're hungry, kind of helps to curb hunger a little bit. 2 packages, so pretty self-explanatory there. I do have 2 of these floss singles. So the idea behind this is dental floss. I have 2 because 2 nights, but brush your teeth before bed, use the floss, and then the way this works is actually, we'll demonstrate here with the new one. So you basically rip it open, and it provides 20 inches of waxed mint floss, which then you would obviously dispose of afterwards. So that's nice to have, keep those teeth clean. And I do have toothbrushes, which we will demonstrate later. But next, I have some petroleum jelly, a packet, and a large paperclip. So the idea behind this, and I demonstrated this in a previous video, I'll place the link up top, but I'll demonstrate this again a little bit later. But the idea behind this is obviously petroleum jelly can be used for a host of different things, lip balm, skin protectant, but it can also be added to cotton to extend the usefulness of flame. So, and then the paperclip can then be used on top of the packet to seal it off so you can continue to use it, and then this bag contains so it doesn't get all over the rest of your kit. So multi-use item here, good to include, very low profile. Next I have 2 lubricant eye drops. These are the travel size. They say single use, but as I'll demonstrate right now, they're actually good for multiple uses. And what I did with these, just to make them a little bit smaller, is that I cut the back off. So this is how they normally come. I cut this off just to make them smaller and fit better. But this can actually I tested this out earlier, and it contains 10 drops total. That's it. So 10 drops, figure 1 drop per eye. That's 5 different sessions of eye drops if you need them. And believe me, if you're tired and your eyes are red and dry, these are a godsend. So I included 2 of those. Pretty self-explanatory as well. Triple antibiotic ointment, self-explanatory. If you have any cuts or nicks, keep those from getting infected. And also in here I have a large safety pin, multitude of uses, as well as a Victorinox. This is off of Victorinox Swiss Army knife, little tweezers. So low profile, if you need them, they're amazing to have. And then obviously this safety pin can be used for a lot of different things. So just adding to the kit here. Next, let's see. This is the Atwood Survival micro utility cord. This is about 12 feet that I wound up. Multi-use item, good for yeah, basically anything you can think of if you know how to tie knots. So it's always nice to have some cordage on you. We do have the dental floss, but it is nice to have some actual decent strength cordage. So 12 feet of that. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull all of this out here. So these are the Colgate disposable toothbrushes. They have a little pick for, picking your teeth. And then they do contain some toothpaste in the head. So idea behind 2 of these is you can either use one at night, one in the morning if it's a one-night stay, or you can use one night and then the second night and dispose of them. So it is nice to have a clean mouth and have some a little bit of a morale boost and not have bad breath. Comb, simple. Comb the hair for those who have it. These are little deodorant wipes, Antiperspirant mint scented wipes. They're actually pretty big, and I'll show you right now. Low profile. I included 2, so the idea is you can use one for each arm, for both arms I should say. So the way you would use it is you would basically unfold it and then wipe one underarm and then fold it in half, wipe the other. And they're pretty decently big, and they smell very good. But just a way to stay clean, keep smelling good. And you can either use one per arm or use one for both arms, and that way you have either morning and night or 2 days worth of deodorant. So nice to have, and it's very low profile. I love saying that, but it's true. These are some biodegradable wet wipes. So these are not super huge, but they will provide a decent way to clean yourself, your face, target areas. I included 2 of them. So like I said, night before, morning after, or you can use one for each day if you're staying multiple nights. But I'll go ahead and demonstrate how big these are right now. Pretty decent size. The package says, what size? It is 8" by 12". So use it sparingly, cut it in half, put it back in the package, multiple uses. Nice to have in it, morale boost. And if you're stuck in an airport somewhere, it is nice to be able to clean yourself with something that is not like tissue paper or whatnot. So 2 of those included. Next, these are Wysi wipe towelettes. I've shown these a lot in my other videos. Pretty thin, but they do expand to be pretty large, and I will show you how that works. So here's a little container of water. You can expand these without water, but water makes it much easier. You drop it in there, let it soak up, and now, go ahead and squeeze this out here. Now, they actually expand to be pretty big. So the idea behind these is emergency toilet paper if you need it. If not, you can use them for hygienic purposes. You can expand them. There you go. roughly the size. You can cut them in half. They're pretty strong. They won't rip. I'm sure you can use them multiple times. What I would do is if I need to use it multiple times, I would just cut it in squares, cut it in half, and then use sections as needed. So nice to have. I have 2 of those. And then this is, I went through this in a previous video. I'll post the link up top. But obviously Q-tips. This is 5 Q-tips cut in half, so 10 Q-tip halves. And then the idea behind this as well is that you can use the petroleum jelly, the Q-tip, and then I'll show this in a second, but a ferro rod or a some kind of spark to create some a makeshift fire starter. So I'm a firm believer in the fact that regardless of where you are, you should always have the ability to start a fire, make shelter, and purify water. So given that this kit is for urban survival, airports, ideally, you still do have the ability to start a fire if you do find yourself in the outdoors and you need to stay warm. So that's the idea behind that. I'll go ahead and roll in a video now of me demonstrating how to use this with the ferro rod. All right, so next, this is my more survival component part. So this is a little ceramic knife slash ferro rod striker. Comes with a little O-ring there that keeps it tight, but pretty sharp, chisel grind. You can use it to make emergency cuts. You can cut the mylar blanket. You can cut the wipes, whatever you need to cut to make them last longer. You can also cut the cordage. But nice to have a blade at all times. This is ceramic, so it will not trip any kind of metal detectors. I don't recommend trying to defeat TSA, but you know, not sure if they would detect this. But and then also this right here, when it's folded, doubles as a ferro striker, as you saw in the clip I rolled in earlier. But if you do want to play it safe and you are in the airport travel type setting, what you can do is get rid of this and then just include something like, this is the same brand, but this is just a ceramic striker. So not a blade, and it can be used to strike the mini ferro rod to create fire. And I did some research, and it sounds like TSA does confiscate ferro rods if they find them on like a keychain or something like that. Not sure if they're looking for them, and definitely something that you can consider if you would like the ability to start fire in a survival situation if you are traveling. So that is another option too. I'm going to go ahead and pull all of this out of here because it's pretty tight. But this is basically the bag that the Titan Mylar bags comes in, or Mylar blanket. This is a Wazoo Survival flat folded duct tape. You've seen this a lot in my other videos. Fan of this. It's about 2 feet by 1 inch. Good to have duct tape. You can make makeshift bandages. You can fix holes in the Mylar blanket, and it's just always good to have some duct tape on you. Mylar blanket, as you see. And then one thing I did include as well is 2 sheets of Write in the Rain waterproof notebook paper. So good for leaving messages for people, making notes. If your phone dies, it's always a good way to, or have the ability to write on something. And then as well included is a Fisher space pin insert. I put the electrical tape, keep the cap on, keep it from bleeding out, but very low profile, and you can write messages. So basically the idea is sending information into the future. So that is cool. That's just for the, actually, you know what? You can also use this as another writing pad or piece of paper. So 3 pieces, I guess, total. And then this is the blanket, and then one thing I did include as well is just some cash. So $40 total cash. If you find yourself in a situation where you don't have your wallet, you don't have your phone, it's nice to be able to buy some food, some coffee, water, whatever you need. Here's the mini ferro rod, which then you can strike with the blade or the I don't know where it went, but the basically the other ceramic striker, and a lot of strikes out of this, a lot of fire, so that's nice. And then lastly, this is my water purification kit. So little baggie here to keep everything dry. I have the paper coffee filter for filtering large sediment out of the water. I would then filter it into this Wazoo Survival 1 liter reservoir bag. And then I have 4 total of the Potable Aqua water purification tabs. Kills viruses, bacteria, cryptosporidium, different things like that. So a total of 4 liters of clean water, as well as I included 1 more of these floss singles. And the reason for that is that I would then use this to tie off the top of the bag after I fill it with water, to then let the purification tabs work for, I believe it is 4 hours they need to go to work for. And then I could untie it and then drink the water out of the bag. So pretty low profile little water kit here. And that is basically it for my unexpected overnight everyday carry urban survival kit. Please let me know what you guys think about this kit. Anything I can add or subtract, any ideas. I always get a lot of useful information from you guys. And please continue to watch and like and subscribe. Thank you. Stay tuned for more.